Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BizTalk, Small Business Big Talk, where we here at the Small Business Center at Southeastern Community College talk to the small businesses in Columbus County. And we have some amazing small businesses here in the county, those that are emerging and some that are already in existence. And so today we have with us Miss Cynthia Ellis of C. Ellis Management. Hello, Miss Cynthia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great today. How are you, Pam?
I'm doing great. I'm great. I'm so excited to have you here with us today to talk about your business. And you also have a nonprofit as well, right?
I do, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. So the nonprofit is called Raising the Bar Nonprofit Organization.
Okay. So let's start off by letting the audience get to know you a little bit. I know most of the county already knows who you are. You are a staple here in the community. You do a lot of work in the county, not only with your business, but through the other organizations like the Chamber and different organizations that serve the county. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your family.
So about me, I am originally from Kentucky, from Louisville, Kentucky, so I'm a mountain girl.
All right.
My father's side of the family, but I have lived here in North Carolina all of my life. We moved here with our mother's side of the family, so I grew up here in Columbus County. I am a wife of an ordained minister, Renee Ellis, whom I love and care for very much. And we have two girls, Hannah and Elizabeth. I say girls, but they're now young ladies.
Young ladies, yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much my story.
Okay, all right.
Other than that, it's all business.
Yeah. So tell us about what made you decide to go into business? What was your dream? What was your why? What caused you to go into business and want to serve others?
Honestly, financial independence for myself. When I started in 2013, I quickly learned that it's still difficult to make it on 2 full-time salaries, even with 2 adults in today's world, even the world then, so imagine what it's like now. Yeah. And we had 2 small children at the time. It was 2 very small girls then, so I was looking for really additional income streams to supplement the income that I was making on my 9-to-5. But I had skills and knowledge acquired from previous roles in banking and some more in healthcare and in retail. And what I learned just working in the healthcare field really equipped me enough to understand that I had enough knowledge to carry and extend to other people who may have been struggling trying to either create businesses or help their businesses survive. So when I started in 2013, I was only working with physicians and doctors' offices. And that was across North Carolina, a few in some other states. But really, it was for me, it was making sure that my family was financially stable and secure. Was the reason why I started. And then that vision just began to develop over time, and it began to expand as I listened to the stories and I helped the businesses. I realized that the people that I was helping were in the same situation that I was. Yes. So then it took on the connotation of what can I do to improve the quality of life for a family who wants to become more financially stable. Right. And that's where C. Ellis Management is today.
Yeah. So you and I met through a chamber event, I think, and we connected and started talking, and then you were able to come and provide some classes here for us at the Small Business Center.
Yes.
And through those classes, we've had a lot of individuals to come back to the Small Business Center. And so I think that we've done a good job. You've done a really good job of working with the Small Business Center, where we've been able to bring folks in, do specialized counseling for them in areas that they needed. And just really in the past 2 years, because this coming May, I will have been here 3 years, but just in the past couple of years, really see folks thrive and do well. And I know that's one of your goals as a small business owner.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a coach and consultant, that's what you want to see.
Yes.
You want to see your clients actually reaching the goals that they set out for. Well, I'm a startup specialist, so I even go a little bit back beyond that and say, okay, here are the goals that we're going to set.
Yes.
And let's understand why you want to reach these benchmarks. And then let's plan out the actionable steps and the strategies to get there.
Yeah.
And being a part of SCC's Small Business Center has really opened many doors
Yes.
to do that for a lot of individuals who I preach that so much, is that you need to be in touch with your local small business center at your community college, because first of all, Southeastern has the best director in the region, probably in the state.
Yes.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
So I know that they're going to get plugged into the right resources.
Right.
And I don't say that lightly, as I really think that when they get connected here with you, Pam, and with Southeastern, that there's so much opportunity and doors just open for them that they had not realized. And even with me coming in teaching, after I met you and being extended that opportunity to teach, and having that opportunity now, it's even open doors where I'm able to connect with small business centers of North Carolina.
Right,
and so now I'm teaching across the state
Across
in
the
small
58
business
colleges,
centers. So I'm super excited about being able to reach every county within the state. But that door opened through Southeastern and through the relationship that you and I have.
Yeah, and I'm so excited, that, your small business has grown. And being able to serve, all 58 colleges, and and they see this is the business owner from Columbus County that's doing this great work, so we're really excited about that.
Thank you.
What are some of the things that you see in the community that you feel like that you've been able to make an impact in people's lives that have been changed by the work that you're doing?
Definitely partnerships. And one of my goals is to help people understand that building an ecosystem of small business is really where we're all going to open doors and climb ladders.
Together,
that it's not about just one business owner, but it's about all of us collectively in ways that we can improve our community.
Yes.
And as we improve individually and we form not just strategic partnerships, but real business relationships that are solid. So partnerships is one of the things that I think that I opened a lot of business owners' eyes to. So the partnerships is one, and the second part of that is community resources. Is understanding what's actually available to you as a business owner in rural southeastern North Carolina. Is that sometimes there are resources that are available to you. Just because you don't see them does not mean that they're not there.
They're not there. Right.
So sometimes you have to plug into the right entity, the right individual to find what you need, or sometimes you can even think outside of the box. Look into another county, look into maybe even possibly another state. How much do you need to expand your business? But resourcefulness is another thing that I teach aside from those business relationships and community partnerships, but and definitely in helping small business owners find funding for their businesses, which is always one of the major drawbacks. But that's something that I've been able to really help with.
That's what I was going to say. Is one of the biggest hurdles that small businesses have is that funding, to get started, and how do they reach the right lending source?
Right.
Because some of it depends on your credit scores. And so in a rural area like ours, what we find is a lot of folks have difficulty with what their credit scores look like, and that takes a lot of work.
Right.
So do you find individuals that you have to spend that time with to help them get on the right track?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there are a couple of reasons that cause the challenges with small business owners finding the right type of funding for their businesses. The first thing is just the knowledge of what's available to them and the different types of business funding that they can have access to. So a lot of people hear about crowdfunding and GoFundMes. A lot of people hear about traditional bank loans, but they may not understand business credit and how to leverage it. They may not understand where to find angel investors or what a venture capitalist even is. And a lot of business owners do what we call bootstrapping in the initial stages of their businesses, which that means you're just pulling money out of your own wallet to fund your business.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, because they don't have the awareness of where to find the money, they continue to bootstrap.
Yeah.
Well, that's not sustainable.
Right,
The business
right.
has to be able to sustain itself. So one thing is knowing what resources are out there, what type of funding resources to get.
Yeah.
And then the second part of it is kind of like what you mentioned is what has to happen in order for you to be positioned to receive the type of funding that's best for your business. And some of that does come with a personal guarantee now. So your credit
Yeah.
score will need to be up to a certain level, but so can your business credit score.
Right.
That gives you a leg up. And so when you pair those things, but you put somebody on a specific or a customized plan, a personalized plan to reach that individual goal for funding,
Yeah.
and give them a business plan with the financial projections written in front of them, true expectations on what a financial picture is going to look like
Yeah.
to keep the small business not only operating but thriving.
Right.
Then they
right.
begin to get a lot more clarity, gain a lot more clarity on, okay, here are the steps that I need to take. But it's a process.
Yeah, it's all a process. And I think that, it's for the business owner, and then for you as a consultant, for me as a small business center director, is that once we help them get that plan down on paper and they begin to understand, the way the process works and what they need to do, that plan they need to put into action to be successful, and then they take those steps, they do what's necessary, and then they become successful. That's one of the proud moments I think that all of us share. Yeah, it's like seeing your kid walk across the stage and getting an award.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes from paper to fruition, it is,
It's phenomenal.
I feel like that I started a bit, every time
Yeah,
somebody's
it feels like you're
business,
doing it.
It feels like you just started a new business, of your own, because you're working with individuals and you want to see them be successful.
Right.
Because I say all the time, and I know that you know this, is that in our county, the small business community will always be here. Those small business owners, they're going to stay.
Yeah.
They're invested in the county.
Right.
They're going to be the ones that will sponsor a Little League and,
That's right.
give to charities and that sort of thing. The big corporations, they may come and go, but it's our small business community that really will sustain our county.
That's right.
You know?
It's home for them. It's home. And so they willingly invest in it.
Yes.
And sometimes they will go above and beyond. And I think that that's why small business, just in the state of North Carolina alone, produces over $26 billion.
Yeah.
It employs millions of employees, and it's small businesses that's doing it. They're the backbone,
They're the backbone.
of any community. And the stronger that community is, the stronger the economy is that surrounds that community. So economic development is really where it's at when it comes to flourishing small businesses. And when you see them make it, like you said, when one small business makes it, we all make it.
We all make it.
And you feel that, you celebrate that with them.
Yeah. Building those bridges and being able to bring folks together and connecting them to the right resources. I've seen in the past 2 years us working together, and then me seeing what's happening in the county, and I feel like that I've seen more people than I have ever seen before.
Right.
Especially over these last few months. And just folks are really interested. It's like that entrepreneurial spirit in Columbus County has just, come to life, and folks are really believing in themselves.
Right.
And they're coming and they're looking for those resources.
Right.
And we're giving them the answers that they need in order to be successful. And so I think that that's the way I measure success in what I'm doing.
I love it.
Am I able to help someone else? Am I able to help that business get started and be, sustainable?
It is.
Because they're going to take care of their families and other families,
That's right.
in the surrounding area. So we're
It
creating
doesn't
jobs.
just stop. That's right. It doesn't stop at one business. It doesn't stop at one of us. It takes all of us collectively. I think part of what we see now with the innovation and the renewed energy in that entrepreneurial spirit, I think part of that we have to thank COVID for.
Right. That's
because
true.
we were isolated. There were a lot of people who were laid off, unfortunately, and we were reminded how precious life can be.
Yeah.
and how we shouldn't really squander or waste our time or our resources. And here we're on lockdown, but a lot of people started really looking into themselves
Yeah.
to see what kind of skills do I possess?
Right.
How
right.
can I keep food on my family's table? But I think now we're starting to see the fruit of people actually investing in their futures
Yes.
and in their families, and to be a part of that is it leaves me speechless sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's life changing. It's life changing. It's life changing for us, and it's life changing for the individual.
That's right.
You know, and so many folks are building a legacy
Yeah.
for their children, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yes, ma'am.
It is.
That legacy word is strong when I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, and
Yes.
I just really started teaching that is that we need to be thinking about not just now and hopping on something that's trending and that's a fad and that's going to sell right now.
Right.
When we look at products and services to sell, we need to be looking at what for the next 2 to 3 generations.
Yes.
How is this going to impact our family and the people who are even thinking about purchasing this product or service? Can it be around that long?
Right. And so I'm really excited about the future in Columbus County. I'm excited to continue to work with you. I'm really proud of the work that you're doing in Columbus County, and we appreciate you being here with us today. Thank you for watching Biz Talks. You can find us on Southeastern Community College's YouTube and Educable, and we will see you next time.